Hi, everyone. So today I'm talking about cognitive reframing. It's a technique that we use in cognitive behavioral therapy to basically reorient our thoughts or provide a healthier interpretation of different types of events. And I'm going to be using this technique to help you not overreact and over respond to physical cues. And what kind of physical cues am I talking about? Well, basically, physical um, sensations in our stomach, okay? I'm not talking about full-on hunger pangs. Obviously, there's nothing to misinterpret about them, right? When we're hungry, and it means we should eat soon, and we should respect those hunger pangs, because if we don't feed ourselves within a half an hour or so of feeling them, it's going to lead us to ravenous kind of behavior and binge eating. That's a separate issue. No, what I'm talking about is what I've called this neutral state before, kind of along the same lines. But basically, it's when you're feeling a slow burn in your stomach. I don't even like using that word because it sounds like dramatic. It's more of like a hum, but you feel like a process is going on in your stomach, right? There's something going on. And like I said, it's like a very light burn sensation. I ate, let's see, it's 9:17 now, so I ate at about 8 o'clock or so, maybe a little bit earlier, so a good hour and a half ago. And so I'm feeling this hum in my stomach, this slow burn. And I know that what that means is my stomach is digesting the food, right? It's digesting the food, and I am probably going into some kind of fat burning mode, either beginning that now or shortly thereafter, because it's been a good hour since I last ate. So this digestive process is going to be moving into a calorie burning mode, because that's what we do, right? And if I kind of ring the alarm bells and I'm like, oh my gosh, this lightest of burns means I'm really hungry, I have to eat, that's really problematic, because you don't. And we want to be in a fat burning mode, you know, after we eat, because that's a good thing. And it doesn't mean we're starving, and it doesn't mean that we're super uncomfortable. I don't feel uncomfortable. I just notice a little slight burn in my stomach. Feels good. I mean, the temperature's really dropped outside, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think I mentioned, by the way, that I had gained a few extra pounds, and uh, over Thanksgiving break, I started to lose some weight, and I'm continuing to do that. I only have a little bit more to go. And so I'm happy feeling a little bit of a burn and knowing that my food has been digested, and now I'm most likely in a fat burning mode and getting rid of some calories, which is great. So cognitive reframing, see, everything that I said just now is basically an appropriate mindset. It's where you want to be, right? But for those of you who aren't in this mindset, what you want to do is you want to try this cognitive reframing technique. Next time, you feel this burn in your stomach, this slow burn. I wish I could come up with a different name for it. Buzz, a slow buzz, a light buzz in your stomach. No, then people will think I'm drinking. A hum. It's a hum. It feels like a little warm hum, a warm hum. Next time you experience that, I want you to say, oh, isn't this nice? I'm digesting my food. We're probably finishing up and moving into a nice, slow, light, fat burning mode. This is wonderful. Cognitive reframing isn't a trick. I'm not trying to sell you on something that's not true. It's quite the opposite. It's reframing it in a way that fits with the data and fits better with reality. And for the longest time, what we have been accustomed to do is feel any kind of lightest of light burns in our stomach and automatically run for the refrigerator, and the alarm bells go off and we say, oh my God, I'm starving. I have to eat, I have to eat, I have to eat. And when meanwhile, if we look at the data, I ate like an hour and a half ago. There's no way I'm starving unless I had like, a few little breadcrumbs, and I didn't. I had a meal. So I know I'm not starving. And they're not hunger pangs. A hunger pang, it's like, it's like these little, it almost feels like somebody's poking you in the stomach, right? It's like, yeah. You can really feel like the stomach juices going, and it's not a light burn. It's more of a burn because the stomach is like, we're getting ready. You gotta feed us. That is very different from the experience that I find myself having right now, which is digested my meal, and now I'm probably burning some calories. It doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels rather nice, like a warm blanket. And that's the way you need to be looking at this. You need to reframe this idea of this state being a hungry state, or even a starving or ravenous state, right? You need to reframe that into a pleasant state, a state that tells me my body is working properly. It digested the food, the meal that I ate, and now it's burning some calories in between this meal and my next meal. This is exactly what I want. It feels really nice. That's really the way that you should be interpreting this. Like, oh, isn't this great? I feel that light hum, that light burn. That means I'm getting rid of body fat. How awesome is this? And I'm not starving. I have plenty to spare. I'm good. It's taking away from my reserves. Yes, let my reserves go. Take my reserves. I have extra reserves to give. There's no problem with that. Try using this technique the next time that you start feeling that very light burn, that light hum in your stomach, and really see if this helps snap you out of it and get you back to reality and help maintain a rational mindset about what's really going on. And what's really going on is not anything dramatic. It doesn't call for drastic action. It basically is a cue that everything's working the way it should be. This is Dr. Fields, and I'll have more to say on this at a later time. Have a great day.